Well, Merry Christmas. I'm so glad you joined me today for this just minute together to talk about Christmas. Today I want to share with you 3 questions that I've always had about Christmas. The first one is a how question. God, how did you fit inside a woman's womb? And I'm not a theologian, but I believe that the Lord answered that question for me. And He said, I became small enough to fit in Mary's womb so you would know that I was the perfect fit for your heart. God fits inside of us, and He doesn't really become smaller. What happens is that we become greater as we're filled with Him. So I believe the reason He became small enough to fit in Mary's womb was to prove to you and me today in 2012 that He fits. He's a perfect fit in our heart. The second question about Christmas, why? God, why did you send your Son and then allow Him to be born in the stink of a barn, of a cave really, among animal manure and drool and mice scurrying about? God, why didn't you allow your Son to be born in a home or in a cleaner place? And I heard the voice of the Lord say to me, well, Carol, that's because I wanted to prove to you and all of humanity that there's no life too messy for me. There's no life too dirty for me. That I can go into anyone's life. And if you're looking at the mess you've made of your life this year and think, God, I don't know if you want to get involved with me. Oh, yes, He does. He wants to get involved in the mess that you've made of your life. And you know what? He might even look up at you and smile from the mess of your life. Now, the third question is, God, why did you choose a virgin girl? It was impossible for her to be pregnant. She wasn't in a relationship with a man. She'd never been touched by a man. So God, that's impossible. It was impossible for a virgin girl to become pregnant. Well, I believe the reason God chose a virgin girl is to prove to you and I today that there's nothing too difficult for Him. That we might look at our life and say, now that's impossible. That will never happen. And God reminds us through the choosing of Mary that nothing is too difficult for Him. Merry Christmas.